I just can't get the timing right on planting out the rice. Hi everybody. I've been trying to plant that rice for a few days now and I just keep missing the frame of window where it's overcast or I have actual time. So not right now, maybe this afternoon hopefully. So I'm just gonna show you a mishmash of what I've been up to in the last couple of days. Oh, wait a minute. First of all, I'm not understanding why the jicama is having such a hard time here. It's yellow. I've fertilized. Is it like some allelopathic? Is that the word? Some plant here that's, competing with the jicama growth. I have endless feverfew, maybe cilantro, the yarrow. Is something producing some kind of toxin in the ground that's keeping the jicama from thriving? Because we've had heat. I've been watering. I've fed them. But they look pathetic. It can't be too much sun. I mean, these are tropical plants. So they can't be that. But everything's, other than the wildness of it all, is looking great. Obviously didn't pull the mustards and have just let them go to flower and taking up a lot of real estate, really. I haven't been smart as far as this space is concerned on how it's being utilized. But I have a lot on my plate, so if this is how it is for this season, then that's just how it is. The chamomile is coming up, though. All right, let's get to the project at hand. So I always make a list every day, pretty much, because I can't. Maybe I should implore the chalkboard, the whiteboard system, and do that instead of writing lists. That seems smart, doesn't it? Big ticket items go on that list, and whether they get accomplished or not, is another matter. But there's lots of little things that never make it on the list because they're either a subproduct of the big item list or they were from ages ago that's just sitting around. So that's what I've been working on the last couple of days. So starting with the porch here, and I'm by no means done, but you see much less trays. Yes, there's less trays. I've been working on getting those planted. This pile, I need to fill these with water, so that's a daily process. But let's see. Well, if I haven't planted them, I've at least moved them to where they should be planted. This is a new tray of seeds of the warm-loving plants. Hopefully, they all come up. Looks iffy. I outpotted this frizzle. Is that what it's called? A frizzle? It was in a obviously smaller container, so I outpotted that. Hopefully it will do well. I haven't worked on that, so ignore that. This, my son wanted this, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it's still alive, so there's that. I just want to comment on how well this heuchera is doing. It's just amazing. I mean, I feel bad that it's in such a little container, and I will upgrade at some point, but I just love it. And then the Johnny jump ups that I planted at the base are finally coming up. Here's a better example. Now I had to put it here because the stupid chipmunks that now live in my porch kept digging it up. So I have a flowering one. Let's see if I can get a better view. And several other plants. I think I also put lupin maybe seeds in there, but those are well gone by now because of the stinking chipmunks. Yeah, you saw me clear this out, so that looks good. Sometimes I think it's too sunny here, and other times I don't. This is getting new growth. It was, a lot of wilted leaves when I planted it, and those are dying off. But that's okay because it's cut and come again. So those die off and new ones come in. So that's doing great. Also the tomatoes. I feel like this is beginning to be a garden tour, so I don't want that. What I have accomplished. Hold on a second. Here's another area. I had residual soil in here that I emptied out. I'm starting to process these containers, clean them out, hose them off, and then dry them and bring them back to the basement. So that's a big thing since this was unavailable to me for quite some time. So since it's fixed now, I can now tackle that. It's actually a nice thing because when it's super hot, I can turn that on and it cools me down. So it's not a bad project to do when there's nothing else to be done in the heat. Squirrel! The lamb's ears are flowering. Yay! Now if I can only get bigger leaves. I know it's possible. So that's the next task of figuring out how to grow this plant better. So I haven't exactly tackled the whole area, which requires mainly just a lot of weed whacking. But I did weed the blueberry pots, except for that needs to go. And also did some weeding inside this this container. I planted out the alyssum finally, and I also stuck in a parsley in there. So I feel good about this space, as sparse as it is. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I know I have to pull up the lettuce soon, but we're waiting on that. And the peas are finally coming in. A couple more days before they fill out. Still have to tackle, obviously, this whole mess. So here's one of those trays I said I had gotten rid of. I just moved it. But big plants in order to get these planted, I swear. Another area I tackled was this. I had a bunch of pots just sitting here for months. Finally cleared those out. Those are water bottles that need to go to the basement because I've been collecting water like I have been doing now for a while, which is collecting the condensed water from the AC. It goes into the jugs, and then the jugs go in the basement for winter use. Can you believe it? I finally figured this out. Stupid chipmunks and whatnot have been eating all my strawberries. Finally, I got the netting in with some bungee to support it, and we've actually gotten to eat a few handfuls. So, good on me to finally do that. A big thing to tackle is this magnolia. It's gotten, well, it's up to there, but it's gotten too big for its britches. It needs to be pruned down, and that will allow more consistent sunlight in this area because I'm definitely losing a lot of light in that bed. What did I tackle here? You know, weeding, little bits of weeding. But this is where the pots have been going. I've been doing other pot projects. You didn't see me plant all this out, but I'll leave this for, the garden tour, I guess. Remind me to harvest that itty bitty broccoli. Not much here. We weeded this not too long ago, but obviously we have to come back to it. Collecting the scapes is the main priority for the garlic. I think we're halfway through, because they come sporadically. They don't all come out at once. What have I done? Oh, yes. In my efforts to be less plastic dependent, I got some of these metal cans. I was looking for a better price because they were ridiculous, and there probably is a better place, but Walmart ended up being the cheaper of what I could find. So I got 3, and they're gonna replace the wooden logs I was planting my marigolds in because they have had their time, and frankly, the woodpecker, or many of them, have been going at it and just destroying them. Like, that's one that's being eaten up. Here's a bed that they've totally destroyed. And I'm going to be replacing this in the future as well with a little rectangle, container. Coming back here, I've netted these 3 blueberry bushes because they have the most substantial fruit. So I've got netting on them to keep the birds away. This is netting I need to remove. Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, the ants. Are those ants? They're flying ants. They are doing weird things to the borage there. Is that in focus? Yeah, there it is. But that borage did really well. It's holding up the netting really nicely. But the corn here has grown sufficiently that I don't need to worry about it being plucked out. And I need to weed it also, so that needs to go and be repurposed. I've also done a fair bit of stringing on the tomatoes. We even have some fruit coming on. That is the Arkansas Traveler. And last thing I'll report for now is I've been working on the weeds on this patio with vinegar, high percentage vinegar mixed with water. And hopefully it won't damage the stone too much. I did a test patch and, doesn't look terrible this year. So I just sprayed this area and some of down there, but I've already run out. But yeah, I'm glad to be done with this. I will probably be pressure washing at some point in the season, and I still have a long ways to go. Needless to say, it smells very vinegary out here. It's kind of unpleasant, but I expect it to drizzle at some point, so that will knock down some of the scent. And after the sun, if I find time today, after the sun has hit it, then I will also wash it off. Not wash it off, wash it in. So, what little tasks are you getting accomplished aside from the big ticket items? I've also been constantly watering some of the containers that haven't gotten anything in them yet, because it's important to keep that soil alive. Also weeding them. I'm sure there's a million things. That's all I can remember for now. Alright, thanks for hanging out. Talk to you all again soon. So we'll harvest more. Bye.